We remember Chris and Holly when you lived at Knott's Island, how you behaved like heathens, driving your golf cart all over the campgrounds like you owned it. How you did smear videos of the campground owner, even to the point of your followers leaving nasty reviews on their camp's website regarding the campground that the commenters had never been to. Of course the comments are gone now, but I read them and it was Tammy Baker and a couple others. I remember when you showed your subs how you were supposedly buying that abandoned house, even had a key. What most people didn't pay attention to, the side door had been kicked in. You took possession of the house and even started rummaging through the neighboring homes that were vacant. If you were buying the house, the police would not have been called to get you out of it. I remember how you tore up the kitchen floor of the Red Barn house and we have no real idea what all went on there. But again, you were evicted, just as you were from Knott's Island. I remember when you went to Smith Island because of an invitation from a very kind person. Then things went south again with you, as it always does. You took the support beam out of her shed for the wood. You nailed blankets on her doorways, screwed a spice rack to the cupboard door, tore out the wiring that worked before you got there. You trashed that beautiful house like you have done every place you lived, but tried to hide most of your mess from your viewers. I remember when you were again going through the empty houses on Smith Island, which you had no business being in. I remember how, when you turned against Ellie, how she was so deeply hurt, she made a plea to you on video, and yes, she was crying. A deep, extreme hurt crying, and what did you do? You made a video making fun of her sorrow, mocking her crying with your evil laughter and making smart-ass remarks. That video you took down because you must have gotten some bad feedback from a lot of people, and that hurts your money line to alienate your subs. For a time I was thinking maybe it was Ellie. You are so convincing with your lies, but learned it has always been you, just as it has always been you from the beginning before you even knew Ellie. You have created so much animosity and division through your channel that some of your followers were even standing outside Ellie and Terry's home and screaming vile, hateful things in the night at her window. This is the type of people your lies spawn. Dawn, this is one time you need to not jump to their defense. Let the people talk. Let the people decide, because they have the right to speak and you don't have the right to keep anyone silent.
I was a supporter of them, watched them for a while. I was pretty excited for them when someone offered them a place to live, being that they were kicked out of the trailer on Knott's Island, which, by the way, they did a smear video when they left that place, including one when they were kicked out of the Red House. But I digress. As soon as I saw Ellie and the island, I was so excited for them. What a generous offer that was made by a stranger. But then I noticed their videos were tanking. The house that Ellie owned was starting to look awful. I was also part of their Facebook group, and I was also on their actual Facebook pages. I had actually talked to both Chris and Hollie privately through Facebook PM. So when they posted that video smearing Ellie, my heart sank. I knew Ellie was a nice person, but what was disturbing was what the comments by their followers were saying when H would post about Ellie. It was vile. There were death threats. There were offers of going to the island and dealing with her. There were comments of calling her job. So I saw who C and H truly were. I started screenshotting and sending everything to Ellie. I felt she needed to know what was being said for protection. There were comments that she was a drunk, just vile, gross, inhumane actions from their followers. One thing led to another, and Ellie and I became very close friends. We video chat each other all the time. What I can attest to is Ellie is not a drunk. Ellie is not crazy. Ellie is not a vindictive person. She is the complete opposite. Ellie did make videos about them, and she did comment on their videos. Not in a bullying nature, but more to vindicate herself or to call them out when they were lying. I want to challenge Hollie to prove to us and her followers that Ellie was bullying them. Show proof. Hollie, you are so quick to show your followers anything that makes Ellie look like a bad person. Show us the videos and comments that show bullying. The videos Ellie had posted were to prove that you two are liars and thieves, and everything you said about her is false. Hollie, you're hurt because you thought Ellie was your best friend. I'm her best friend. She now knows what a true best friend is. You were not her best friend. You used her. Then because you were afraid she would make a video about how you left her house, you did that smear video to protect your channel, just like you did the Red House and Knott's Island. and your followers believed you. You treated this like a game. Meanwhile, Ellie was becoming sick from the stress. She had to deal with your vile followers going after her and saying the most vile things. And you, Hollie, encouraged it. So my one wish for both of you is that you lose everything. Neither deserve anything because it was all built on lies and deception. You lied to LA, and you lied to your subs. I'm glad you live in the woods. It's what you both deserve. You are both wild animals, and that's where animals belong. Too bad you're dragging your little boy down with you.
You know, when I was in law enforcement, and particularly in training, one of the things that we were taught to do, especially when it comes to profiling in that type of situation, we were taught to look for patterns. Because past behavior is a very good predictor of future behavior. And even current behavior as far as when we're talking about crime. And in looking at these comments, and also everything that I've looked at since I've been looking into Chris and Hollie, one of the things that I've noticed is there's a recurring pattern. They have done the same thing to all of their landlords. Every place they've lived, they've trashed it and then tried to blame it on the landlord. Everyone. Now, I've lived, I'm 66 years old. I've lived a lot of places. And not once in all the places that I lived did I ever run a smear campaign on a landlord, blaming them for the condition of the place. Now, when you've got the same scenario with Chris and Hollie, and the same scenario occurs at every place that they've lived, and you also see the condition of the place they live in now is a trash heap, there's a pattern. There's also a pattern with those who have spoken out against Chris and Hollie. To them, anybody who agrees with them, or disagrees with them rather, is a hater. Someone has a differing opinion, they're a hater. Now look, I have people that come into my comments. I have people that disagree with me. I have people that I block. Now, there are a few that I know are haters, but I don't smear everybody who disagrees with me and call them a hater. You see, that's what you call a defensive posture. And they take a defensive posture because they know, number one, they're in the wrong, and number two, they don't want to be exposed. That's why on my videos, when I make a new video, they try to flag the comments. They try to remove as many of the comments as they can. Why? Because the comments speak truth. And they do not want truth. And I've said this in so many videos. They don't want the truth about them to be spoken because they don't want their bottom line affected. They don't want their money to stop. And they're afraid if their subscribers learn what kind of people they really are, they might lose some support. In fact, my honest opinion is, I agree with that last commenter, that they should lose everything because they don't deserve a damn thing. They haven't worked for it. They haven't lifted a finger to help themselves. Hollie doesn't even make candles anymore. And what the hell is Chris going to accomplish building that rat trap of a poor excuse for a garden shed, much less a livable dwelling? Give me a break. There's a pattern. You see, they don't want people to find out the truth. And they do. Scammers do the same thing, people. It's like I told you, Jeff does the same thing with me. He does the same thing with everybody who speaks out against him. We're all haters. And he starts smear campaigns about all of us, trying to gain the trust of his followers and make them not listen to us. He tells people to come to my channel and unsubscribe and don't listen to anything I have to say. Oh, why is that? Because he knows I'm telling the truth about him. And it's the same reason that Chris and Hollie do that. And it's the same reason that Hollie makes videos about me on her Sneaky Loudmouth channel. Because she's trying to discredit me, which is not going to happen. Because a lot of people see right through your crap, Hollie. They see right through your lies. You lie about me, just like you lie about Ellie, just like you lie about everybody who speaks out against you. Same pattern. Over and over and over and over. Same pattern with the landlords, same pattern with people who disagree. You do the same thing to all of us. Well, we're going to blow the lid off that crap. And we're just going to keep exposing you, and every video is just going to be better and better and better. And hopefully, some people will get their heads out of their asses and wake up. And realize what kind of liars, thieves, and scammers you two really are.
Okay, now for the people that are jumping in the back. Yes, you did put stuff on Facebook. Yes, you did. Well, you're right. When things opened up on the Gossip Bakery, which was a forum on the internet, so it had nothing to do with YouTube or TikTok or anything like that. It was just a forum. It was running away with things, and there was chronic posts where they didn't make sense. And I was pretty sure there was some kind of a mole, and I was also pretty sure that the person that was Jules Patrice Jessup or Windsor Jessup was either some kind of mole, and they were trying to get me to call CPS because they kept posting pictures of Elian and a whole bunch of stuff. So what I did, because I quite honestly thought that that was somebody from the island, because they were very much trying to get me to call CPS. They wanted a mandated reporter. They wanted me to call. I didn't have anything to call CPS about, and that actually pissed off a lot of people. But I created a Facebook that was called Petite Island Talk, and I posted a couple of relevant screenshots, some of the ones you guys are seeing right now, of the stuff that was basically countering everything that Chris and Hollie were saying. I had a screenshot to be able to counter that they were lying about it, that they were absolutely twisting and making a narrative that just wasn't there. My husband and I thought that we were friends. So as you can see, this was a private group that I had made, and I literally only let in 6 people. And the one that I was interested in finding out about was right there. I could not understand how come they were posting so many still shots all over the Gossip Bakery forum site. And I didn't understand how somebody from apparently New Zealand was just so interested in Chris and Hollie and calling CPS. That didn't make any sense to me. So I actually did think that was somebody else. I'm still not entirely sure. But again, here's, we have all the members' names, blah, 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 our photos, thumbnail, forum, screenshots have been taken, including harassment of our family. Okay, I want to see the screenshots. How come you never show the screenshots? How come you didn't show the screenshots if you had them from the Petite Island Talk page? Unless you just didn't want anybody to see them at all. Was it outing too much information, or you just didn't want people to know that you greatly exaggerated petty instances to create some kind of story that you were being harassed? Okay, that's our family. Jules Patrice Windsor. You are now on the radar for cyberbullying and hate crimes. That's a bit dramatic. Oh, I don't know if I showed this one yet, but here again, Petite Fireball being the ringleader. You know, I'm always being listed as going after these people when I'm literally not doing anything. Now, if there is a post, you know, like on the Scotty account ended up becoming Patrice, I believe, or it was the other way around. I'm not really sure, but she was always posting the things that were on Chris and Hollie. So this is them asking for money for veterinarian, and you know, who would like to help us pay for our animal. YouTube gossip channel, you are definitely a hater, Ronnie Hall. So you guys once again were throwing out this poor woman's name the same way that you've done to me for many years. And you know, you're blaming everybody for being that gossip channel. Why didn't you just look it up? I mean, that type of stuff apparently seems to be awful easy when you have people like Sneaky Loudmouth, and we know that Mildred Larson has been around for quite a long time. So why don't you just look up these channels if you think you're being harassed? Why do you have to blame everybody else for being channels that you don't agree with, or channels that want to point out inconsistencies? And here they go again, just throwing that name out there. And the thing is, like, you guys have done this a lot of times. You like to throw out people's names and have all of your people just jump on them like we've done something. You did this with Janice at the trailer park, who had absolutely nothing to do with anybody calling CPS at that time. Your own neighbors called CPS on you. For what? I don't know. You know, that was around that time I was watching, and I totally bought into the, you know, bad water narrative and all that, and thinking that this was retaliation. When I look back at those videos, I actually don't even know how I could be so blind, because you can see where you guys absolutely beef up this kind of like petty narratives that you have, or that you just kind of throw excuses out there and see what sticks to the wall, and you throw names out. You constantly throw names out that have absolutely nothing to do with these other channels. Okay? We also have nothing to do with everybody else's minds. Everybody else has a mind about you. I don't know what their beef is with you, Chris and Hollie. It's none of my business what their personal beef is with you, or whether they like your videos or not. My issue with you is personal, because my husband and I did everything for you, and you stabbed us in the back for it, ran us over with a bus, and put out falsities and misinformation defamation and slander to thousands of people, and you don't even care. Like, you don't even care. You're still riding on this by bringing up, bringing up my name or whatever. I was never harassing you. I was being a friend to the end, and you know what? I was stupid. I was stupid. I should have never believed you. I shouldn't have listened to you. You clearly didn't have girl code. Now, how you could see all the things that I was doing for you and all the conversations we had and everything like that, and then while I'm at work, you turn around and go listen to some other people that already had issues, and you all just sat around and spun a bunch of rumors and stuff. That's really sick. It's also really ungrateful. I was not the ones doing this stuff to you guys. When you all left and completely ignored me, I wasn't making videos of you guys. When me and my kids had to go clean up the shed because of the amount of beer cans that were in there and had to clean up some of the other stuff that you guys had left, I didn't think that the house was, that you had left it in a poor condition, bad condition, other than the fact of what you guys did to the electric. And also my golf cart, when you guys were using it, when you were using my golf cart, you had the choke pulled out of it and the windshield was busted like somebody hit it. And me being stupid and tolerant and not ever wanting to rock the boat, I never even said anything to you about it. So the things that you even did, or the way that you left my house, or even the mess that you left it when you guys went dumpster diving, I was not being vindictive. I could have gone in there, I could have filmed all this stuff, I could have done a lot of different things so that other people would rag on you about those things. But I was your friend, so I wasn't thinking that there was anything nefarious going on, and I certainly wasn't trying to get anything over on you. So, you hurt me. And Chris, you hurt me, and you both also hurt Terry. When people on the island were going after you guys, who on the island had a meet and greet so that people could talk to you face to face, get it out of their system, and so that there wasn't any bullying on Facebook group? Me and Terry did that. We stuck our necks out for you, and this is how you guys repaid us. Here they go again, or here you guys go again. Private Eye hides behind her keyboard and standing in front of us. We will just let God handle that little fireball. Like, what are you guys talking about? Because I'm not Private Eye. This is the thing. This is what we've been talking about. You don't like it when other channels do this to you and blame you for being a whole bunch of people. But I mean, you so readily do it to me all the time. And none of these people that you have, or none of these accounts that you've accused me of being, have been me. Now, Chris and Hollie, you started like bringing island rumors into other, like other channels that we would both comment on. Once again, talking about making fake accounts, playing victim. I don't have to play the victim. You chose me as the victim or the scapegoat or whatever you want to call it. You chose that. I didn't. Year of ignoring you. Okay, so I got a question. Why did that year of ignoring me start when you were on the island and I was actively trying to help you? When I was helping you pick up your stuff from that business, when I was inviting you to a dance, when we were inviting you to dinner, when I was offering my Jeep to help you? So why did you decide to start ignoring me then? Because that's when that year, you say, of ignoring me started.
Okay, and then here we see another pattern that we have seen over and over and over again. This creation of drama. If there isn't any drama, Hollie will come up with something to create it. She wasn't being ignored, but just like they claimed that nobody would help them when they were offered help many times, and then they get on and make a YouTube video talking about how everybody's ignoring us, nobody will help us, which is not true. But you see, go back and look through all their videos where they do all these smear campaigns about people. If there isn't any drama, Hollie will create it. Again, like I said in the last video, the reason that she creates it is to get views, is to make themselves a victim, make people feel sorry for them, so that hopefully people will send them money and gifts. You see, she does the same crap, and she's been doing it for years and years and years. And she was doing it before she ever got on YouTube. Go back and look at the court documents that we went over. All her adult life, she's created drama, and she's tried to make herself the victim. And she's still doing it now. And we see that right here in this instance again. Just one more instance, and like I said, she's doing the same thing with me on her Sneaky Loudmouth channel. And then they come on and saying, oh, we're victims, we're getting cyberbullied, we're getting harassed. Meanwhile, they're doing the same thing to me on her Sneaky Loudmouth channel, which I say is hypocritical. And anybody with any common sense would say the same thing. That's why she hides behind a fake channel with a fake voice. So she can go on and make those videos, create drama, create smear campaigns on people, go after people, yet her subs don't get pissed at her because they're too stupid to realize that it's her. But let me tell you, people, we proved it's her. She uploaded a video for the Chris and Hollie channel, Chris and Hollie Show. Immediately afterwards, she uploaded a Sneaky Loudmouth video from the same IP. You cannot do that unless you are at the same location, using the same computer, and it's the same person doing it. So no, Mildred is not another person. It is Hollie. And no matter how much she screams and yells and tries to say it isn't her, it's her. It's her. I mean, how many people have Elion's voice changer toy that she uses to make the videos?
Hate that we moved on with our lives, are stuck on that island with a man that disgusts you. Now, where are you getting this crap from? Why would you make up stuff like that? Really should let him go. He find a woman who truly loves him. So I have a question. Who's putting this stuff in your head? Was it the same person of the screenshots that I showed you a little while ago? Or were you getting these rumors from the same person that you were beefing with on the island that, I had to help you pick up your stuff from? I mean, look at this. Can't even share the same bed. I mean, look at this. That's the rumor around town. That's exactly right, Chris and Hollie. That's the rumor that came from Smith Island. Disgusting, twisted. I don't even know why this stuff even gets started it doesn't make any sense. I don't know how anybody is benefiting this, but that's the question. Why are you taking rumors like this? These things have absolutely no merit. You could never justify them. You could never prove them. There's no merit to this stuff. It's just more deflection. It's like you guys have to find something. And now you were then you were tearing down my relationship, trying to start something apparently that him and I had trouble, which no. But you don't want to talk about that, do you? Yes, I do want to talk about that, because none of that, what you just said, is true and is absolutely vile. And who are you getting the rumors from? And what kind of Christian just willingly picks up any rumor and then puts it on their Facebook pages and then takes these same rumors to their channels and spreads those rumors around to tens of thousands of people on YouTube and other forms of social media? Why would anybody do that? Why would anybody do that? So when I did ever try to make a reply, we will not keep warning you. Keep warning me about what? That I'm standing up for myself? I mean, all of this is a puzzle. I hope some people will help me figure it out, although I'm not going to have the comments on, because you guys like to get in the comment section and just completely go crazy. This was some more of those things that just didn't even make any sense that they would post. Move in silence, only to speak when it's time to say checkmate. Like, Hollie loves to say checkmate. Hollie, when you're playing chess, you can only say checkmate one time. You can't say it multiple times. But again, when posts like these would be sent to me and brought to my attention, like I didn't even know what they meant. And she's saying it again, and you've got people here that, well, no kidding. We know you'd bring out the popcorn. They're enjoying this. They think it's fun. Here we go. Here's some of the things that were being posted by Patrice. And, there was always these candid shots about Elion and, wanting people to call. And they even posted the number to try to get people to call. This is me going after that rigid guy. His name was Kelly. I was so pissed off with that. I don't even know why he involved me. I had nothing to do. Like, I had no dog in his fight. Yeah, why was my name out of your mouth? Yeah, that's what I wanted to know. But, I mean, this is the kind of harassment that happens to people when, Chris and Hollie doesn't like what they're talking about. There was no reason for them to show up at this guy's house. There was no reason for them to take what he was saying so personal if it wasn't true. I mean, that was extreme bullying, extreme stalking, and they admit to doing it. And, their followers, a lot of you guys that are watching this right now, you just go along with this type of thing and you think that it's okay. As long as Chris and Hollie have somebody else to blame for their behavior, like, you guys don't care. You don't care who they harass. See, here you go. Here's Windsor. Now, this one doesn't say Patrice in it. So this is the stuff that's just kind of precarious to me. So once again, YouTube Gossip Channel, aka Ellie, it will catch up on you soon enough. Karma is just around the corner for you and your pack of hyenas. Tick, tick, tick. And yeah, always going for me, always saying that I was YouTube gossip channel, and every single one of your people love to talk about karma. There's no place for karma if you're a Christian, so that doesn't even make sense. And the thing is, I only put out nice things for you. I only did nice things for you. You're the one, Chris and Hollie, that brought this quote-unquote, what you like to call karma, down on me. I did not do that to myself. Yeah. Been there, and yet another fake Ellie profile. So there you go. Absolutely everything that would show up, you know, in the grand tradition of this is this person apologizing to me. Soon after she would apologize to me, and I would forgive her for all the stuff that she did to me all over Chris and Hollie's Facebook pages. I forgave her, and she's like, thank you. And then it wasn't too long after that, she was back on Chris and Hollie's Facebook pages making like witch pictures about me. I was always getting these types of comments. Better find a safe place on your island to hide because they're coming for you. Okay. And apparently I'm a horrible person and my actions. Okay, but what are my actions? Because you guys keep saying that I've done stuff. You keep saying that I've been harassing Chris and Hollie. What actions are you talking about? What are you talking about? What did I ever do to them to provoke them ghosting me, stabbing me in the back, and then making a bunch of videos about me running down my house, running down my business, running down my fiance, running down just everything, running down my character, running down my image, you name it, even my sex life. It's ridiculous. And this is that rigid guy apologizing to you guys for making reaction videos. Why do you feel like you have to apologize for making reaction videos? Why are you apologizing to these people when they came to your house, when they admittedly stalked you, came to your house, and they were simultaneously bullying you and me at the same time? It makes no sense. I don't understand why everybody is so cowardly.
Stop it. Get some help.
So here is Cynthia even talking about how they were driving to Maryland and they were, you know, trying to scare me, and that they were always referring to me as the Smith Island Witch or the Smith Witch, which is actually absolutely true. And at that time when they were putting out the videos that they were coming to Maryland, like, I didn't even know what they were thinking that they were going to do. If you go into a courtroom like that, this is me answering, you know, why this person was playing both sides. I still really would like answers on this type of stuff because it just doesn't make sense. Now, I do know who YouTube Gossip Channel was, and why I was keeping that person secret, I don't even know. I honestly don't even know that the person that was behind the YouTube Gossip Channel, that the account and name that they gave me, I don't even know for sure that that's actually a real person or just a fake account. Now, I don't understand why this person could not use their voice. Why would their voice be so recognizable? Here is one of the posts that I had on the Petite Island Talk Facebook site. So I said, seems to me that they are barking up the wrong tree with who's calling CPS. So this was a text message that was sent to me. Remember I told you that apparently this girl was told that she would never see her brother again. So shortly after, you know, that and her having drama with her own family, which there always seemed to be some kind of something dramatic going on that I didn't understand. But anyways, so I received this. Now, I crossed out the names because the people that they were talking about, me and these other people that they were talking about, never saw anything. Okay? I worked. I was not on the island watching over Chris and Hollie all day, every day, like people seem to think. I was at work. Okay? So I didn't see anything. And as a mandated reporter, there was no way that I could have called them for anything because I didn't see anything that I could report. But this person was desperate for me to try to help out, for me to call. You know, they thought that Melanie was never going to be able to see their brother again, and that this was going to help her get him, and so all this stuff was going on behind the scenes, and this person that sent this to me even actually went door to door with a couple of people. So, and asking people, like including an old lady that had nothing to do with Chris, Hollie, or Eliana, or had even met them. And I just really felt that this was absolutely connected with the Gossip Bakery, because I felt like these people were trying to get total strangers to call for them because they were too afraid to do it themselves. And they were definitely trying to get me to take the fall for it. That's for darn sure. Here's when they're talking about Jules Patrice being an innocent victim in all of this, and once again, I'm perplexed. I don't know. I'm not up on this stuff all the time, and I didn't even know that this type of stuff was going on until these, you know, a bunch of people were sending me screenshots. Even on other channels, you know, people were going in and, you know, blasting this poor woman, Ronnie, who, like I said, she is on the spectrum. Now, went on my Petite Island channel, which is now just plain Petite Fireball, YouTube gossip channel, totally threw me under the bus for whatever reason. I did not want to be the poster child for hating on Chris and Hollie. And in one of my last videos that I had posted on that channel, I told everybody that I didn't want to spend a bunch of time hating them and worrying about this, and I totally forgive them. That is still true. I'm absolutely, completely hurt by everything that they did to me, but for people to react like that, they clearly have to be something's got to be going on. To have that level of paranoia, or to feel like they were triggered enough by, I don't even know what, you know, to do this to strike thing, like I'm going to get you before you get me, when me and my husband weren't getting you guys. Like, we weren't trying to do anything to you. It's ridiculous. How you all blew this stuff out of proportion is crazy. So YouTube gossip channel, I know as Claire Joy, who at one point offered Chris and Hollie place to stay in her woods. Now, is Claire Joy a real person, or does she have another name? I don't know. It makes no difference at this point. I was not YouTube gossip channel, and I'm done holding people's secrets. So after she went off on me and was totally upset that I forgave Chris and Hollie and that I would not say that they did drugs, because there's absolutely no proof of that. I never saw anything like that. They wanted me to go along with that whole narrative, and I just wasn't doing it. And then they called me a flip-flopper and said that I was in cahoots with Chris and Hollie, and it just, I don't know, it got completely ridiculous. After that, they posted that they were sorry and that they didn't mean to say all those nasty things about me or spread other rumors, you know, because they were like dropping PCP. I got a couple of different comments. This wasn't the only one. Yeah. Hold on, some PCP. I overreacted to your story. I took it personally. I went through a similar but not bad experience. Okay, how would I know anything about your experiences, though?
All right, so this is part 2 of 3 parts for this first video. What's the matter, Copper? Are you getting restless? And I'm losing my voice, so hopefully I have some voice tomorrow so I can make part 3. If not, I'll just do sign language, which I know how to do that and a couple other things I know, but that's the extent of my sign language. I actually bought a book on sign language once because I was dating a girl that was doing the sign language at church for the deaf people, and she was trying to teach me. It lasted about a day. And I'm like, nah, I'll just go like this. So, hey, that means come here. That means go away. That means hi, depending on how you move your hand. Anyway, part 3 will be coming out hopefully tomorrow. And from what I understand, this isn't the only video that Ellie's making. And there's also another one that she made that I'd like to react to as well. I haven't asked her about it yet, but I'm sure she wouldn't have a problem with it, but I'll find out. Because I think it's actually an extremely good video. I saw it a long time ago, and I've been wanting to actually contact her to do a reaction video to it, so it's worked out well. So anyway, I thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. Hopefully it was informative. And like I say, this is part 2 of 3 parts of this video. It was an hour-and-a-half long video, so I broke it into 3 parts. So anyway, take care. Talk to you tomorrow, hopefully.